New York City, New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, boy, we are not stopping. Aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange. And everybody's starving, hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers all going in. We back. Oh yeah, we back. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back, we
Forbes and Phillips in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The new Knicks, the organic podcast.
Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC, Borough. MSG stand up. Brooklyn, Staten and the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten and the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. This is for the win. We want the Knicks.
Warning. This video contains super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness. Viewer discretion advised.
Hey, I'm on. I'm talking to the vet. I'm gonna be on mute for a minute.
Yo, Brooklyn, Staten and the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Yeah. Welcome back, Organic Fanatics. What up? We appreciate you guys joining us on this fantastic Friday. Y'all know what it is. Look around and find out Friday. We back at it again. Back with the fam at with you guys. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute Knicks and Nice. First time in the building. Appreciate you. You know what it is. Everybody in the chat, put a little something so we can recognize y'all. We appreciate y'all. Back at it again, once again, with Asangre, my brother. New Knicks, talk to him, sir.
Yeah, what's poppin'? Que lo que de lo mío, que lo que Knicks family, what's poppin'? Welcome home. Welcome to the TO, the Organics Fanatics. You know how we do. It's Friday, so you're gonna fuck around and find out why the whole BA is shook of the New York Knicks.
That's right. You know they're a little shook. We're gonna get back at it. Machete will jump in a second. He's got a little things going on, but he'll give his intro and say what up to y'all in a minute. Oh, he's ready?
Yo, what up, peoples? What's going on? Fuck around and find out Friday.
Yeah, let's go Knicks.
All right, so we all turned up. You turned up. Y'all know what it is. We had a great week. We found out something went down Thursday, which we'll get to in a second. We got to come in. It's Friday. You might be driving. I want y'all to get too excited and pull on the whip steering wheel. What up to everybody? Your gang. Let's ease into it first. Let's just talk about the game. Man, that really wasn't a game. But nonetheless, when we played the Dallas Mavericks, my bad. So we got the Dallas Mavericks against Luka. That was a good game. I thought it was good. I liked it. I saw what
It's a great game. Even though we lost, it was still good.
We took an L, but it was still a good game overall, in my opinion. I like the way it went down. I mean, overall, again, we took an L. It was 122 to 108. The fact that we were in the game, fighting all the way to the end, was very good. I thought it was very good overall. We gave them a run. We had 37 points in the fourth quarter. And when the last game before that, we were struggling to score 7. Within 7 minutes, we had 37 in that quarter. We gave Dallas a run. They couldn't rest their starters. They had to stay in the game. Luka had to stay in the game. Kyrie had to stay in the game to the last minute for the most part. I'll go over some of the box scores, and then we can give your opinions on it overall. Precious Achiuwa, 41 minutes. Right, 41 minutes, 13 points, 16 rebounds, 3 assists. So my guy was with a block. Okay, so I don't know if the people keep talking about Precious as a throw-in. My guy has been averaging 10 rebounds a game, which is monstrous. We needed all of that. Great game from him. Josh Hart, 38 minutes, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. His second triple-double. He's on his Russell-esque. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it. He's getting swaggy with it. He's feeling the confidence. He's becoming a playmaker with the 12 assists, 10 rebounds. He's a monster on the board. And the fact that he had 23 points, I'm loving that. Hart, who tweaked his ankle, we'll talk about that in a little bit, who tweaked his ankle, and even with that, he played 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes, he gave us 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Phenomenal game by Hart. Mr. I don't care what it takes. Mr. Ironheart. That's what we need to call him, Ironheart. Because my guy plays whether he's got an Achilles, so an ankle, he got a broken wrist, don't matter, Doc. Tape it up, put some duct tape on it, I'm in the game. He gave us
the Hammer of Thor.
The Hammer of Thor. He played phenomenal. And what else? You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to elaborate on what do you call Dante DiVincenzo, New Knicks? I think Mr. Inferno, Mr. Firestarter himself, Dante DiVincenzo. Killer, 43 minutes.
The human torch.
The Human Torch.
He had 43 minutes, 36 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. My guy was going off, 13 of 26, still almost 50% from the field, which is great. And then McBride, hey, you can't say you ain't getting any minutes. The coach left him there the entire game. He was even playing during halftime against the Knicks kids, and then he played the extra 20 minutes in the half. I mean, he was out there 45 minutes. He was passing out Gatorade, stayed in the game. He assisted the referees too. He had 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Tell me some of your thoughts, guys, from this game with a bunch of players that we barely see. So all the bench warmers, we see you, while our other players were in ICU. Talk to me.
Hey, can I go first real quick?
Go for it.
Hey, that was really good. Very good.
Practice for the second stringers. We had our G League guys in there. They did good. Charlie Brown and Toppin. They defended good. We got some good defenders in there, They played our bench guys, man. They played our guys that we just picked up 3 days ago and shit. And we haven't, those guys on that floor all night hadn't played at all year. And they went up against a hot Mavericks team right now. And it was good banging in there, we lost. How much did we lose by?
108 to 122. We lost by 12.
Okay, whatever. 108 to 112. That was like what, 5 points and shit?
Yeah.
My math is bad. I couldn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
No, you got to carry the one by 14.
What was the score? I'm sorry, 108 to 112?
122 to 108.
Oh, okay. So, it was more than that. Okay. So then I'm sorry, but regardless, we should have been blown out by 30.
At the end, at the last, when they give the crap minutes, so they just did the thing. But
so they should have blown us out by 30. They had everybody in there. They had Hardaway hitting threes. They had motherfucking Doncic hitting threes. So they were lining us up last night. Mm-hmm. And we played really good defense. I'm very proud of what we did last night. That's what I got to say.
All right, go ahead. New Knicks, what were some of your thoughts when you saw the Dallas game? You're on mute. Can't hear you.
It was definitely a good loss. Yeah, I mean, like Mike said, that Dallas was on a roll. They're on fire. Yeah, I mean, you're going up against Kyrie and Luka, and you know what I mean. Well, what can you say? We're down 6 players. You know, we're down 6 players, and you know, what it showed that our guys had fight. You know what I mean? Third strings came in there playing against starters, you know, and held down the fort. You know, we didn't get the win, but it was definitely a great experience to see the players that haven't been in rotation get some burn, and just for them to knock some of that rust off. You know, and especially during trade deadlines, you know, everybody's on the edge and all of that. So it was definitely a good game. Definitely a good game. A lot better than I thought.
Okay, yeah. From what I saw us playing Dallas, a game that they should have annihilated us, a game that they should have bodied us. The first thing I thought about when I'm watching this game is, damn, that Dallas pick is not going to convey because they're going to suck and they're going to end up keeping that pick. Because they should have bodied us. There's no excuse that they bodied us. So that Dallas pick we got was probably going to end up being 2 second-rounders. I don't even know if that's going to convey this year because if they played that bad, you got Kyrie, you got Dante, you got Timmy Hardaway going off. He was shooting from everywhere. Salute to Timmy, old Knicks player. I mean, he still got it. But they play very hard. Our team fought back. That's the biggest thing that I love about this team throughout the entire year. Even in our L's that we've taken, we have fought in every game, at least for 48 minutes. We've tried. There's been 1 or 2 blowouts, but not really a lot overall that we fought back, that we have other players. And this is what I think, if you're first time here, we have our local Heat hater, friend of the program, though, even though he's a Knick hater, Johnny Harris, that says we don't have a system. If we didn't have a system, you can't plug in these other pieces to do exactly what the starters have been doing, what Mitch was doing. Mitch went down, tag, you're in. It's just like a wrestling match. iHeart comes in, iHeart starts getting 20 rebounds per game and some blocks. iHeart goes down, you get Precious Achiuwa coming in, 10, 15 rebounds a game. So I'm loving the depth in this chart that we have. I like what we saw. I like that Deuce is confident with it. I mean, obviously, going from 5 minutes to 45 minutes is a big drastic change, playing right behind Jalen Brunson. So I like the experience for him. And, hey, real quick, Jacob Toppin with his first NBA minute and points. I mean, he got his first point last night. Salute to Jacob Toppin. He got his first points. Almost a dunk. It should have been a dunk. I mean, you could see he had his brother's vibe, that Toppin family. Can't hear you.
It wasn't a dunk? It wasn't a dunk?
I don't believe it was a putback. I missed it on. It was like a putback, but it was almost a dunk. He almost had a dunk on there. Salute to Jacob Toppin on his first points, NBA minutes. And Tim left him out there a little long. I thought he was going to just put him out there for like 2-3 minutes, put him out, but I guess he liked the energy Jacob Toppin was putting out. He was running around. And Jacob Toppin was defending Luka Doncic. I don't know if y'all caught that. I was watching him. His size made him uncomfortable, but Luka's Luka. I mean, you got to give Luka hitting the shot, the little back step that he does off the top of the corner and then shoots a shot. But I like how Jacob was being aggressive. You're playing an all-star caliber Luka Doncic, so that's hard to ask. You ain't played no minutes in the NBA, never made a point. Oh, by the way, I need you to guard Luka Doncic. Tough ass by Tim, but salute to him being ready and taking over. So I appreciate that. Salute to Jacob Toppin. And Charlie, yep, you're right. Keith Walker says Charlie Brown had a good showing as well. Charlie Brown came in and he was ready. He said, this is the last day that I'm wearing my 44 on my jersey. Because Bogdan went over there and he was like, listen, I need that 44. I don't know if you know, but that's my number. And Charlie Brown was like, yo, I'm at the bottom of the bench. Let's say for $1 million, I give it to you. Maybe there was an exchange. I don't know a number. Maybe gave him a car or something. I don't know. There had to be some funds exchanged there, but now Bogdan's going to be rocking that jersey. And how do I pronounce his name? I don't even know. Bogdan or Bogdan. There's a couple of them in the NBA, Phil. Forgive me, I'll get it right by the next show. Bogdan, I'll get it right. Nonetheless, he was balling. Let's get into some of that. Crazy, those guys were not scared either. Yep, you're right. And to Keith Watkins saying that our young players weren't scared of the moment. They weren't scared of Luka Doncic being an All-NBA, FIBA player, possible MVP caliber player. Tim Hardaway was trying to snipe and put them away. They were not scared. They were up to the challenge and they played. Salute to Josh Hart, keeping the team in the game, getting a triple-double, 12 assists. So Josh Hart was facilitating. He had other players. Tell me what your thoughts are on some of that, Knicks.
Don't forget. Yeah, let's not forget about Dante. I mean, Dante has been phenomenal at holding us down while Jalen Brunson has been away. Even with Jalen Brunson here, Dante has been doing his due diligence, Dante, you know what I mean? And also Hart, you know what I mean? Hustle Hart as well. I mean, a lot of people are complaining, even myself, about his shots and all of that, but I mean, we can't complain when he's doing 79 other things on the floor. So the triple-double solidifies everybody should shut the fuck up and let the man work. You know what I mean? And the episode before this one, not WhatsApp Wednesday, our regular episode, I said I wanted Deuce to be more aggressive, and you saw that with that dunk. That's the Deuce that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? And it was definitely good to see.
And you're right. Hey, if you guys don't know, email us. We're gonna send you a coupon code. So Leon Rose gave us a coupon code to give to everybody else, so they can have a tall glass and shut the fuck up. So everybody get a sip.
Yeah, you get 60% off.
60% off a tall glass and shut the fuck up. Because he's building a win over here. He's building a winner. Machete, I know you out there.
Hey, that should have been the title of the episode today. Tall glasses, shut the fuck up.
Tastes great. Let's feel it.
My cousin with the fucking sayings and the acronyms. He has a gift for that. But yeah, Don, all the Villanova guys are no joke, man. I hope they're very good influence. It was great for Deuce. Deuce had himself a game. Deuce had himself the dunk of the fucking year, bro.
Ooh, that was
what he's like. Yo, Deuce is what, 6'2"? He dunked on a 6'10" guy like that? What? That builds confidence. That shows the coach is trusting. We got no choice. No Brunson, but we had DiVincenzo out there. We had iHeart out there. We had Josh Hart out there. We had, like I said, guys who had not played together all year come and play against a good team. I think they're fifth in the West right now, if I'm not mistaken. Probably a little higher than that. And the West, a Western team on top of that. Well-coached team with one of the number one players in the NBA that was lighting us up. And I just felt like they were gassing out at the end. That's why we were closing it up a little bit, but they kept hitting them threes. They kept sinking them threes. But I felt like our defense wore them down. I think in a 7-game, they wouldn't last. They can't fuck with this defense, dude. And that's what the rookie team. I'm calling them the fucking JV team, bro. That shit was bananas. I was very, very, very impressed.
No, they look like, these guys are still coming at us. Like, they still guarding us. They still guarding us full court. Deuce is still trying. You're on mute.
No, they need to like.
I can't wait. Go ahead.
I say we got what? 4 more games? 3 more games?
3 more games.
Oh, man, just keep the same crew playing for 3 more games, man. 3 more games. Keep them together playing like that. We are deep.
Guys, we heard Jalen Brunson said it in his post interview after him being selected to the All-Star. He did say that the team, all we do is fight. This team is a fighting team. It's like a baby Mike. You know what I mean? It's like a baby Mike being unleashed on the league. And yeah, the league is gonna fuck around and find out.
That's
what I mean. You got everybody jumping on a cruise ship bandwagon now. I mean, the bandwagon has turned into a cruise ship size because everybody's on. Yeah, I mean.
No, we closed it. We put water balloons on the seat. It's like there's only one chair left for the bandwagon, and you got to play musical chairs to get on that seat. And Stephen A. Smith play.
Well, I mean, I think the only person that got that chair is Perks right now. Yeah, I mean, Perks has been looking.
He's been on the bus. He's been on the bus. He's sitting next to the bus driver. He's like, he's.
Hey, no. Perk is driving the bus, especially because he's on that Especially Sucking Players Nuts. Especially because he's on the Especially Sucking Players Nuts network. Right? You know who we're talking about. He's driving the fucking bus.
Wait. What network?
Hey, what the
Especially Sucking Players Nuts network. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yep. Hey, you're not too bad with that.
He's driving the bus. Shout out to Perk.
Well, go. You go ahead.
Real recognizes real.
Hey, you've been learning from me because that acronym is pretty on the money.
Yeah. So Perk is on the bus now. When Deuce did the wham bam, I mean, the look back, that was the disrespectful that I didn't really want to look back at you when he his back at the stanchion like, oh, you went for that? You don't know I be dunking with Obi before and then Jacob topping? Yo, crazy for that. So I love that. Love the players. Precious is low-key balling. He is the most slept-on pickup right now. I'm going to get to Dante. But Precious, the fact that he's averaging 10 boards out of nowhere, was getting no minutes in Toronto, coming in and giving us rebounds. He hit the three. We wanted a big that can stretch the floor. That three looks pretty good. It's not as often hit, but he was looking good. And, of course, every time we're down, when we get a little punch and get knocked out, who comes to the rescue? Dante Flamethrower Defense Chenzo. That dude is a sniper. You see why DeJounte Murray was not an option. We said it before. He is not an option because you're not going to do what Dante Defense Chenzo is doing on a regular basis. My bad, my computer's going to die. You're not going to do what he's doing. He's been averaging 27 points for the last 5 games. 27. Oh, Jalen Brunson's down? No problem. I got it. Julius Randle's down? I got it. Don't worry about it. Mitch, I'll get some rebounds. Who else is down? I got you. Grimes got a knee injury? Don't worry about it. I got you. That kid is a killer. I was telling you guys early. People were like, he's gonna do all right. I was like, yo, this kid, I was watching him in Golden State. He's kind of nice. He's really
nice. He was always kind of nice. I really, his size, because of his size, and but that guy is tough as fucking nails, and he's mean though. Yo, he's got a little mean streak in him for real, man. Like he really seriously does. I think he's a little meaner than JB. I think. I was watching their podcast, the roommates. Shouts out, and I'm not with all the guys doing side things, but after watching it, I'm like, yo, if it's their downtime and they're just home chilling, like we do, and they got an hour, who cares, man? But Josh Hart has got a mean streak. I think of all 3 of them, I think that Jalen Brunson is probably the nice guy. But to me, DiVincenzo, you don't want to fuck with that Italian staff.
Yo, listen, my brother. Go ahead, Nick. You were gonna say something?
No, I was just saying, like, bro, this team is definitely something to watch. That's something that all Knicks fans been waiting for and thirsting for years. Is definitely coming together like a glove. You know what I mean? And shit, bro, what can you say? Who was playing defense on who was he playing defense on?
Who?
Defense. So what? Didn't he have Kyrie?
Everybody on Kyrie.
Well, who wasn't he playing defense on?
Tim Hardaway.
Who wasn't he playing defense on?
Yeah, he was.
How many points did? Because I seen Deuce do a good job defending Kyrie. I've seen Dante doing a good job defending.
Kyrie averages 28 points a game. Kyrie averages 28 points a game, and he only had 16 points in that game. Doncic needed all 39 of his. Max Kleber, we held him down to 2 points. That's between iHeart and Precious Achiuwa held Maxi Kleber to 2 points. He's one of their big threats, a big pick and roll player. Luka Doncic likes playing pick and roll off of him, finding him for the lob, finding him for the three. Then you got Daniel Jones. Is it Daniel Jones, the one who came from Miami, the dunker? He got on his lucky streak. He was the one that saved him a little bit. Jalen Green, that you was making fun of, he did all right with only 15 points. And it took Tim Hardaway Jr. Other than Doncic Jr. and the other, Tim Hardaway only had 20. And it looked like he had 50. He was shooting so many threes, I thought he was at 50 points. He only ended up with 19. Dante's disrespectful. That's what I like about him. And I'm calling him like what they called him in high school. White Mike. I call him White Mike. White Michael Jordan. That's what they call him. White Mike in high school. That dude is disrespectful.
I'm telling you, he's got a mean streak. He's disrespectful. That's the word. I'm telling you, Dallas was playing yesterday like, yo, we got to get this win because it's the only one we're going to get against this crew. We got to beat this rookie team. We got to beat this JV Knicks team right now because it's the only time we're going to win. We lucked out last time with Kyrie because Kyrie's amazing. I got in front. I wasn't a big front, but that guy is all-time, one of the all-time greats in the NBA. Kyrie is a magician. And they got Luka, and they got Jason Kidd. But them guys those guys were looking like they were playing for their fucking lives. Like they really had to step on our necks yesterday because they were like, yo, we gotta go another 5 minutes with these motherfuckers. We're gonna lose. Because we just were like grinding them down to the ground, bro. They were like, but they hit their threes. They hit their threes as expected. But could you imagine if we'd have had Randall? Yo, Randall was jumping up and down like nothing was wrong with his ankle, man. He was so happy. Yo, imagine we had JB in there. Could you imagine we had OG in there hitting threes?
You seen him when Deuce made the dunk? He got up. He was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Julius's ankle. It's his shoulder to go.
Hey,
so,
you know what? That's just. Hey, can I? Yo, that to me showed. Phil, that to me showed the excitement he has inside, and the like I can't wait to get back on the floor. Look at these motherfuckers play, and they're out there playing without 5 starters, dog. The excitement, he jumped out. That motherfucker almost jumped out his black skin. He was like, God damn, I can't wait to get back on that floor.
A report just came in live from Machete. He just made a breaking news that Julius Randle sprained his ankle. Julius Randle sprained his ankle.
He sprained his ankle on the sidelines, jumping up and down that motherfucker.
Hey, you wildin'.
let's not throw false narratives out there.
That's it. Nick Nason's gonna go crazy. He sprained his ankle. I heard he sprained his ankle. It's over.
Sure did on the sidelines. You didn't see that shit yesterday when in that dunk that Deuce did.
Listen, low key.
Yeah,
low key. Dante DiVincenzo. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's unguardable. He is unguardable. I'm gonna put it out there. People say he's a bench. This dude's game is so expansive. The dude hits from every corner. He hits from Curry range. He cuts, he slices, he lays up, he dunks. You can't predict what you're going to do. You can't predict what he's going to do. You can't. That's why he's averaging 27. He's only getting more confident. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to average the same thing, maybe more, in the playoffs when Randall comes in, Mitch. When he's free, that no one's really guarding him and he can just shoot open shots, it's over. it's over. And then when they're taking a rest, you got the players. Yeah, it's crazy. That was great. Any final thoughts on you guys on the
Man.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead, New Knicks. I don't know if
Did he get 40? Because I'm pretty sure he got close.
Who? You're breaking up.
I said that did he get to? Hold on.
No, he didn't get a 40. He was close. Dante got. Let me see. I'll tell you right now.
Come on, guys. Dead air, no bueno.
Yeah, no, he's frozen here. But I think he's asking about Dante. Dante got 36. He didn't get 40. You're freezing up. But he didn't get 40. He got 36 though. He was damn close. Dante, think about it, bro. Dante had 36, and Doncic had 39. Like, bro.
Yeah, they were tied. They were tied for a quick second.
Basically, you got to do that. It's a bench player that's almost outplaying the star of the other team. Unguardable. He's what's your favorite word, Phil? He's unfuckwittable.
Unfuckwittable, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's that. Can't mess with Doncic. I mean, DiVincenzo. Great game overall. Yes, we took an L, but great to see others stepping up. Great to see, as Tom Thibodeau says, the next man up mentality. They are executing to the key. The fact that they had them sweating was dope. Great game that I'd love to see on that. Any final thoughts?
Keith Watkins said that Dante's been playing like an all-star since he started starting. I agree with that. He's looking to be that consistent third option. Definitely.
Right, and he doesn't even need to be the option. Once you get Brunson, you get Randall back in rhythm, and then you get OG. And then, by the way, there's an assassin named Dante DiVincenzo that no one's going to be. How are you going to guard the Knicks? You got Jalen Brunson who can get any point you want. He doesn't care if you're a 7-footer, if you're a 6'1" person. He does not care. Jalen Brunson's going to get his buckets. Then you got the silverback, Randall, who's just going to be bullying you. He's going to hit you with the three. He's going to hit you with the left hook. He's going to hit you with the fadeaway. And don't let Mitch be healthy. Don't let Mitch get healthy when you got all these other players that can find it for a lob. And then Dante, Knicks are scary. The bandwagon is closed. The doors are locked. The bus is doing 60 miles per hour. You can get in the bandwagon if you can jump on a moving vehicle.
Listen, if you wasn't on the bus when Leon Rose came on, man, I mean, that's for you, fickle Knicks fans, you know what I mean? Like, you're so ready to write a eulogy, jump back on, fire Tibbs. You know what I mean? We love it. You know what I mean? There was a point, I want to give credit where credit is due. WFAN, the podcast with one of the football players. I forgot his name, but anyways, they were talking about how it was LOL Knicks. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the years, people were like laughing at us. You know what I mean? Now that laugh out loud turned into loving our loyalty. You know what I mean? And if you didn't love the loyalty, if you didn't have that loyalty, you could just keep it moving, keep it pushing.
Yeah. Now's the time to celebrate. If you with the 17 and 67, we from before that era. That's just a new Knicks. That's just, I mean, not even the new, the recent people that are all emotional damage. Emotion. Hit them with it, Mike. From 17 and 67, we was way back there, even from the 90s. Before that, we seen it go up, we seen it go down, and stay down. That ride sucked. It was a shitty roller coaster, and now we're starting to climb right back up.
This is especially special for Knicks fans that are 35 to 40 plus. You know what I mean? A lot of these young fans that are probably 25 years old probably seen some of the remnants of some good Knicks. You know what I mean? more or less. But yeah, we right back where we should be.
Listen, the ones that I'm gonna listen, and I mean, I don't want to be an old head. You know, the old head that I ain't old. I'm just great. That's the difference. Anyway, but I ain't trying to be the old head that's hating on. Listen, if you were born in '99, 2000, if you're born in that era, '97, I'll give you a pass. You ain't see anything good. I can understand your pain, your agony. I can understand a little bit of it, but there's still some videos you can replay back and reminisce on some of our good years. I'll give you a pass on that, nonetheless. But now, Machete, any final thoughts on the Dallas? You guys got any final thoughts on any of that? Okay, he might be.
I'm good. Other than to say, yo, shouts out to Dolan, the front office. We have a professional fucking front office that is. You see the result. We took a loss yesterday. That's all right, but it was the most exciting fucking loss. You know, against a team that really wanted to kick our ass because we took care of them last year. But it's all good. They wanted to play bully ball because they were bullying our JV team, but we weren't having that shit. And that's because we got an owner and a front office that's just getting their shit together. We got our shit together out there, and you can see, yo, it was an L. We lost by 12 or whatever the fuck the number was. But yo, we played really tough yesterday, and this is the thing that is giving Thibs what he wants, and this is what Thibs wants. He wants to see his players play with cojones every lot, you know, and that's what we got. And so they're giving him what he wants, and this is what we're gonna get. And we played without 5 of our starters.
We only had 7 players the whole game. 7 players the whole game. That's a great point.
That's crazy.
And let's talk about that. That you brought up a great point, something that's slept on. A lot of people don't look at. They're not going to bring it up so salute to James Dolan. He was the most hated on that. If you think about this 3-4 years ago, every 2 months, people were talking about Dolan. He should tell the team he's terrible, this and that. He's been quiet for almost, going on 4 years maybe? You haven't heard anything from him. Hasn't said anything. He left the full reign to Leon Rose and whatever plan they had, and he's let it go. So salute to James Dolan for sure for that. A lot of things that they don't talk about, he hires a lot of old Knick players, and they're in the staff. You see Allen Houston, you see Starks, Spreewell's in there, so you got to give him props that he even players when maybe they burn through their money, or things that happen, but nonetheless, he keeps them involved, and hey, it's Knick family forever, Knicks family, so salute to that. And if you're looking at our intro pick, the intro pick that we got on here, you see that we have Leon Rose as Indiana Jones. And this front office, Leon Rose has been hunting for this trophy. He's been on the journey for the trophy. People were complaining of how he was doing it, how he made the moves or what he was doing. And what are we on? Our 4th year with Leon? This is our 4th year? Our 4th year with Leon. And now we're talking, we can actually say it. No more PTSD. No more playoff talk syndrome disorder. We can no longer say we have PTSD. We can now say we are in the playoff and we are hunting for a championship. We are playing for a championship. We are in an all-in, which 3 months ago is crazy that we would even be saying that we can say that now. That we're in an all-in situation, that we're able to contend, that he put a competent staff and picks. Look at the players. In one season, not even half this season, we got OG Anunoby, a coveted, desired player by multiple teams. Everybody wanted OG. And the fact that he got him, Precious Achiuwa, who's given us nothing less than 10 rebounds a game since he showed up. And all we gave away, and I'm saying all because we love RJ Barrett, we love IQ, but to have them go and only 2nd-round picks, so we lost no first in that transaction, is something crazy to say. That we lost youth and 2nd-round picks. Then you get Alec Burke and Bojan, which thank you, salute. Hey, salute to you, G-Man, appreciate you. And then you get Alec and Bojan, and again, for just 2nd-round picks, Quentin Grimes, obviously. So we lost our youth. You got to give up good. Tip said it. In order to get good talent, you got to give away good talent. So salute to our youth. All our kids are gone. The new kids are gone. We traded them. Much success to them out there. But the fact that we were able to get these type of talent for only 2nd-round picks and still have all our first is crazy. What do you guys think about how Leon has done to the team, the drafts that he's done? Some of you guys' thoughts on his moves.
Bro, like I said, man.
Let Machete go. You, Nick. Go ahead, Machete.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yo, don't mean to cut you off because of. Like I said, man, it was just a really genius move. We really got our bench is deeper. Now we got Alex Burke. It ain't gonna take him too long to blend in. We got Brandon. Forgive if I'm turning up his name. Bogdanovic.
Bo Jan. So just Bo and then Jan.
So we got Phil. You got to come up with the title.
Okay.
Bogan
He's a
Bogdanovic.
shooter.
We got Bo.
He's a shooter. He's an old head. You know, he's just what is he? Would you say he's a better shooter than Fournier? I like Fournier. I like his shooting.
Yes. He's a better shooter and he plays better defense. And his new nickname is Bogey.
Bogey. Yo, we got. So now we got Alec and Bogey playing in the second squad, so they kind of get adjusted, acclimated. But I mean, we got a good squad, man. We got a decent squad. We'll see. Everybody has to gel. You know, we got Sims in our bench. We got iHeart in our bench. We got Deuce. You know, we got a squad right now. Bro. Thank God we finally got a squad. All thanks to the Dawn, and all thanks to James Dolan. So.
Love that take there. New Nick, some of your thoughts on what you think Leon has done, the organization, the front office, some of the picks that we got. What are some of your thoughts on how the front office has handled the development for the Knicks and our direction?
I mean, I said it on WhatsApp Wednesdays, and for you guys here, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys caught the WhatsApp Wednesday edition. You know what I mean? We did our first one this past Wednesday, and like I said then, I mean, well, what can you say is Leon Rose, an intelligent person is always gonna hire the best person for the job, you know what I mean? And like I said, we got an all-star front office. We got somebody crunching numbers. We got somebody checking on every aspect that we need, that Leon Rose needs, and he put together a hell of a team. And you have seen nothing but an upward trajectory. A lot of people thought it was done after the OG trade, and even though, you know, the players, like I said, a lot of people were saying DeJounte Murray, and, you know, us thinking of Leon, thinking that he was going to make a big splash, but he made an unexpected big splash. You know what I mean? There was a lot of people saying, you know what I mean, like, how the hell did they get Bogey? You know what I mean? Let alone Alec Burks, which a lot of Knicks fans used to call him the fourth quarter killer, AD. You know what I mean? AB. So, you know, it's real strategical when it comes to that front office. And they know how to hunt hungry hoopers. No matter, you know, that's why I was okay with whatever decision they were going to make. I'm 1,000% for it, going in with my eyes blinded, because I could trust what I've been seeing the last 4 years. There's nothing for me to guess. There's nothing for me to be upset about. You know, it won't happen from now on. You know what I mean? It's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? And these are the new Knicks. Not the old Knicks, the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, that's right. And I mean, I'm a nerd, man. I love nerdy things. I love looking at his moves, bro. I mean, looking at him, you had something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say shout outs to Mel Media. She was definitely right. It's the end of an old era, and Leon Rose did wipe everything clean and all his mistakes that, you know what I mean, that he first did or was left over from the last remnants. He cleaned house and he's going about it his way, starting from scratch. You know what I mean? And it was definitely a good thing.
Yeah, that's the best thing about it. And that's why even, and salute to Raw Hebrew saying it too, like even, and we were saying it, yeah, he is playing 3-dimensional chess. Like it's different. When you look at it, if you play chess, and I don't know if you guys play, some of you do, you're looking at chess, you're anticipating 3, 4, 5 moves ahead, 6 moves ahead. Your move that you made is not to make that little, I'm going to take this pawn to take here. You're already looking to make the move ahead. And that's how he executed. You look at his playbook, that everything he's been doing, these were moves that were already, for the most part, strategically planned ahead. But to the budget, though. Everything has been to the budget. He held tight to this budget. So he's been frugal in all his moves. He made all the moves. There could have been times that he could have got Alec Burks. Even before he went to Detroit, I think he went to Boston for a second, and then Detroit got him. You know, so they're willing to let a move go for the right price. So they weren't going to overpay for Alec Burks. They weren't going to throw, which they tried to get Bojan before with Detroit. Detroit was asking a lot at that time. So it's been in the works for a while, and he just sticks to his guns for whatever he feels the value is, and that's the price of an agent. That's the best thing, that why we have an agent as the president, someone who knows the evaluations of players, knows the ins and outs, who's dealt with all different types of organizations. It's been phenomenal to watch how he's moved and adjusted and fixed the roster. He's still done it while developing young talent and evaluating the talent, growing that talent into value. Because no one's trying to give us in the beginning for IQ. They were trying to get IQ for nothing. IQ, that we build up IQ's value to potential 6 man of the year, again, to get another big contract, build up his value. Same thing with RJ. We built the value even with Grimes. It could have been higher, but Grimes kind of shot himself in the foot a little bit by just losing and talking a little bit. And same thing with Obi. So we were able to develop talent, which people said we couldn't do. We developed our talent. We did great, he did great picking in the draft, which we sucked in the draft before. He literally hit on all those drafts on Obi, even though RJ wasn't his pick, but we helped develop him on IQ, Grimes, all the picks he's made, the moves to get iHeart, the moves to get Josh Hart, the move to get Dante DiVincenzo. Those moves were immaculate and incredibly intelligent. I love those moves. And then to get these players is crazy. So we have an incredible depth as a team. This is the deepest Knicks team I think that I can honestly say that I've seen since even way before the 90s. I mean, can you guys think of any deeper team that we've ever had? You're talking about, we got Mitchell Robinson, iHeart, Precious Achiuwa, Josh Hart, Deuce, Randall, OG Anunoby, Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson, Bogey, aka Bogey, Bojan, and then Alec Burke. That's incredible.
I think, to me, the last time we were that deep was when we had Coach Woodson, and we went on that run.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty deep team. I like that squad with Carmelo and the rest of the crew with J Kidd. We were pretty deep there. We had a good, strong team, and that's the last time I could think.
And even then, though, so most of them were on the tail ends of their career. Rashid, Tyson was at the tail end of his career. So the fact that we got maybe 1, 2, 3, we got about 4 or 5 players in their primes, right? Going into their prime. You got Brunson going into his prime. Julius Randle in his prime right now. OG Anunoby is young going into his prime. Dante DiVincenzo going into his prime. He's jumping in his prime right now. You got Josh Hart about to go into his prime. iHeart going into his prime. And then you got veterans like Alec Burke and Bojan who are experienced. And the best part of these players that if no one's talking about, Bojan and Alec Burke got playoff experience. They've got big playoff experience. Plus, they both played in Detroit. So they already have chemistry playing with each other on the team, playing basketball against each other. So I've even watched a couple of Detroit games. I'm always watching the ops. I'm a junkie for basketball. And their chemistry together in Detroit is very good. Alec Burke knows what Bojan wants or how's he going to do isolation. Bojan is a killer. If you guys haven't seen Bojan play, and isolations, The boy is a killer. He got the Dirk shot. I've seen him do the Dirk shot. He just did it to Jordan Clarkson. They just played Utah. Not just played, but when they played Utah, he had 8 threes and 5 assists in that game. And he hit him with the Dirk fading away, one leg up, the little half kick. Crazy. I'm loving the Bojan pickup. I'm mad excited. I'm loving what Leon has done. He's definitely Indiana Jones searching for this trophy. We are hunting. Now, all this being said with our moves, what up? All the moves we got. Now, why do you think he went and did this move right now? The reason you see Celtics are struggling. Embiid, surgery. Down goes Frazier. Everybody was clamoring, wanting Embiid. We should give all 6 to 11 first for Embiid, and Embiid is down. Philly is hurting. And BTW, Philly was trying to get these 2 guys, Bojan and Alec Burks. They were desperately trying to do it, and Leon's like, nah, I'm going to have to take that. So, huge. What are your thoughts on some of that, Machete, on Philly going down and a chance for us to make a run deep in the postseason with Philly being down?
I mean, to me, it seems like everybody's around this time, right before the All-Star break, is hurt, needs rest. I think everybody's going through a little bit of that, and they're trying to milk it as much as they can so that they can be healthier for the second half of the season after the All-Star. We're going through it. If you can find a legitimate reason to sit somebody and get them some rest, go for it. You know what I mean? That we're all going through it. It's very coincidence to me. Philly, Boston, Milwaukee, the Knicks, because they see us coming. You know? Who says we can't prove whether they're really injured or not. They're getting their rest. It's going to happen. They're getting away with it. It's all good. I'm not saying the injuries are not legitimate or anything like that. It's just too much of a coincidence that all these teams, everybody's kind of like injured all of a sudden. You know? Okay, we've played over 40 games. And that's fine. Everybody rest. Because we're coming. Y'all better be fucking rested. Because we're coming. And in the second half, it's all going to be about who's the healthiest and the most rested for the second half, because it's gonna really be a grind right now. The second half of the season is gonna be really after the All-Star and everybody's had their fun and relaxed and had a week off, time with their families and shit, recuperating, and then it's because the grind is only gonna get harder now. It's only gonna get harder. I gotta double check and see what our schedule is gonna be like, because I think that the first half of the year we had a really tough back-to-back schedule. We had the most in the NBA. But we'll see what happens. I got to look at everybody else's schedule compared to us and how we're playing, how many back-to-backs, who we're playing against, and how they're doing. But I don't believe any of that Embiid is going to be out the rest of the season. I think they're just fucking resting him up for when they really need him. They got Middleton is out, so of course they're going to take a couple of L's. But once they get healthy and they're on point, and once they get their shit together, if Doc can get his shit together, because he's still adjusting. Doc Rivers is still adjusting over there. And I'm not a fan of Doc Rivers, but I ain't sleeping on him. That's the former Knick right there. And he's got probably more playoffs than all these coaches combined right now who are coaching right now.
What did you say? He's got more playoff losses? He's got more playoff losses?
Yeah, that too. All playoff wins, playoff losses, that motherfucker's got him. He's got more than most of the majority of the coaches playing right now. So he's got, still got the one of the best teams in the East. And they're going to get this shit together. Because look how everybody was talking about the Clippers in the beginning of the season. Right now, they're the number 1 team in the NBA. And they're really the ones, they're the ones we have to run after. Because we beat them the first game, but they were just gelling. They didn't gel. They were just getting together. Stuff like that. Yeah, but our goal, to me, the one that we should be worrying about beating are the Nuggets and the Clippers. I ain't afraid of Boston. Boston, of course, I would be the third. But I ain't afraid of anybody else who come back healthy and strong. Once we got Mitch Rob back and ready to go, ooh, y'all in trouble. Because we got the number 1 offensive rebounder in the NBA coming back. We got iHeart behind him. We got Sims. I said no.
No, not you. I was talking to my brother, Killer's Cam, while he was doing his experiment. So what do you think about Machete? So you're saying Milwaukee. So you don't think that's something that with Milwaukee, Machete, that they've had some injuries going down now. Then they got a new coach that's coming in, and they're hitting the hard part of it. This was, I think, why Leon was like, it's a perfect time to strike. You got Milwaukee going to go through a struggle. Brand new coach. They've gone on a little bit of a loop. They got some small injuries, hitting the hard schedule. And then you got Embiid, they're falling fast. They're down to 5th now. So, I mean, who else? The only person, Cleveland.
They're playing injured. They got a new coach. They got to make a lot of adjustments right now. But, you give them a few weeks and they probably get their shit together. And, depending on the schedule and how well they want to play together under this coach, we'll see. I mean, he's been advising them since like December, supposedly. I think they stopped listening to the coach they had before, and it's all about the motivation, the coaching to get in their head, his system. They're adjusting to his system. He has to get to know his players and see how they all gel together, their strengths and their weaknesses. You give them a little bit of time, they're going to be all right, I think. I don't see them falling off too much. I mean, now, yeah, because they just, like I said, new coach. They got some injuries to Middleton. Every time there's an injury to Middleton, they don't play too good because Middleton is a baller. He's dangerous. Boston also. They're still top. We're about 5 or 6 games behind them, 6 or 7 games behind them. So they're not worried about. They could take a few L's. You know what I mean, and still be on top. But it's a coincidence that Milwaukee, Philly, the Knicks, everybody is injured. They're resting these guys, man. Come on, let them rest, let them whatever. They've been playing well, and now you get them that practice. They're gonna get their practices in right now in the off week, and they're gonna come back, and it's gonna be bananas.
Yeah, Machete, Keith wants to know when is the next Watching the Ops segment. The fans are asking for Watch the Ops, so we got to get that ready.
I just talked about the Ops.
We got to make it a segment. So we're gonna get.
Okay, I'm just talking. I'm watching the Knicks right now. Fuck the Ops.
All right, so we'll work on that.
I'm still watching them. You got to watch them. Phil, you're on mute.
You mentioned the Ops a lot, so make it a segment. All right. Anyway,
I talked about the fucking Ops. I just talked about in 10 minutes about Philly.
All right, listen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, what you were saying earlier, I'm not scared of nobody. We have, huh?
I said we were scared. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's no team in the East that could really beat us in the 7-game series. I don't see nobody in the East.
Are you saying nobody in the East wants to fuck around and find out?
They don't want to fuck around and find out. Perk said it best. We're deeper than the Pacific Ocean. I've been saying that for like the last 3 seasons, even with the players that we have, but now even more of a legitimacy saying that we are getting ready to contend for a championship. You know what I mean? And that is something that can not be denied. You see the fear all over the NBA, and I'm not scared of nobody. We got to strike while the iron is hot. That's why I think Leon Rose did that move. I mean, the way the dominoes are falling, there's no way we cannot come home with that shit. I'm trying to be at the parade this summer. You know what I mean? And I think Leon Rose is orchestrating and getting the parade ready. And there's not a team out there, East, West, that has a tougher fight than our Knicks. There's not a team that's deeper than us. I mean, a lot of teams got 2 superstars, this and that. I mean, we got 3 fucking teams on our squad. They're not fucking with it. We're unfuckwittable. And this is the time to kick the door down. I'm not with maybe nothing. It is go for the kill and we killing shit.
Right, point blank period.
Point blank period.
That part. Right now we got Boston is number 1. Cleveland's number 2. Cleveland's been balling, but they have had a cookie cake schedule as of recent. But listen, I'm not gonna front. Donovan Mitchell is that dude. He is holding the team together. He's doing his thing. That's why you love the kid. He is a legit superstar. He is single-handedly taking that team where they need to go. So salute to Donovan Mitchell, who's killing the game. Cleveland's doing very well there at number 2. They got an easy schedule. We'll see it when the tough schedule comes up for them. Milwaukee Bucks, again, they got a new coach. They're going a whole new system right now. They got some small injuries, but they're making adjustments. They've had a couple of losses. They won. I mean, they lost the last 3 games. They had losses recently. We lost 1, so they've lost their last 3. Milwaukee's lost their last 3. Philly has lost their last 3, and Philly's at number 5. So Milwaukee's 3, we're number 4, Philly's 5. Philly's falling fast, especially with Embiid out for 3 weeks. I don't know how they're going to be above water. Indiana's right underneath Philly, so Indiana's making a good push. They're at 6. They've lost 1. Miami, miraculously, I don't even know how they won 2 straight. I don't even know. Did they trade for anybody? Did they get anybody? I don't know. What happened to Magic Pat Riley? Pat Riley's going to make something happen. You just watch. They get, I don't know, trash. Miami, trash. Basura, trash cans. Lots of cans for Miami. Orlando won. I don't know. I think Orlando might end up beating out Miami. Chicago won 2. So we're looking good, man. I'm liking the moves we made. Hopefully they'll be ready for the next game. I think our next game is tomorrow. Tomorrow on Saturday. We play Indiana. We play Indiana. This has some implications. This has some implications on here. Us playing Indiana. I don't know if Alec Burke and Bogey is going to be in it, but we'll see. Oh, Johnny Harris, your neighborhood Miami fan is in the building.
Oh, boy, Miami.
He couldn't let it slide. Trash cans out. Hey, Johnny, did you guys make a trade? Let us know if you guys picked up anybody. I
seriously doubt it. Nobody want to play with a nigga that does his hair and eyelashes. You know what I mean?
Johnny's a diehard basketball player. He's optimist for the most part. He said he'd like to trade. So Johnny says they didn't get anybody. That doesn't look good. What happened to Pat Riley? I thought Pat Riley was going to make something happen. Y'all didn't get Dame.
They used to call him the big fish hunter, huh? What happened? I don't see no big fishes out there.
He's only catching the SS minnow. The 3. They need to call Phil for the recovery for that boat because they ain't fishing for nothing. Yeah, keep walking. It don't matter who they get. They suck. Facts. Bam is only getting older. Jimmy's only getting older. And they're all they got is Tyler Hero. They're holding on to Tyler Hero to his value becomes nothing. He's okay, but he's not great. Oh, Keith Watkins calling out. He says they won't even be in the play-in. Okay. Shots fired in the chat. Keith is not playing today with Johnny. He said, not even a play-in. I don't know. Yay. Shots is being fired. I mean, I'm going to have to be looking at the chat for the next 20 minutes. They going in. We got our next game Friday. I'm sorry, is it Friday? Am I looking at it right? On the 9th?
The next game's tomorrow against the Pacers.
Okay. So tomorrow, 7:30. So they're loaded. Go ahead.
Go ahead and read the rest of our schedule for the rest of the month, man. It's going to be tight, man. We're playing Houston. We're playing Orlando next, I believe. There's a couple other teams in there that are, they're vying. They're playing good. They're like close to 500 or below 500 teams, but they're playing with a lot of heart, a lot of energy. Teams like Houston, teams like Orlando's an above 500 team. And, these are teams that they're younger. They got stronger legs. And, read the rest of the schedule who we're playing. Because I know on the 24th, I believe on the 24th we play Boston.
Yeah, because we got All-Star. I mean, it's going to be tough to even gauge after that, but we got the All-Star coming up pretty soon on the 18th. But even for tomorrow's game, They traded and got Doug McDermott back. So Doug McDermott's a game time decision. He probably maybe plays, maybe doesn't, because they just got him from San Antonio. Jalen Smith is a game time decision. That means he's gonna play. So we got OG out. Bojan is he's game time, so hopefully he plays. Jalen Brunson's a game time decision. Jalen, sit down, bro. You're gonna be in the 3-point contest. You're gonna be in your first All-Star. Don't sprain your ankle. We don't need to. Just go healthy. It's okay if we lose a game or two. Sit down, get ready, enjoy your All-Star, be ready for the All-Star, work on the 3-point shot to win the 3-point contest, and salute to Jalen Brunson, who's going to be in the 3-point contest. Salute to Jacob Toppin, who's going to win the dunk contest at that. So the fact that he's going out there, dunk contest, that's going to be crazy.
Just like the big bro, you know what I mean?
Hopefully him and Obadiah are working on some dunks. Maybe call up, Aaron Gordon and be like, yo, let me get some tips. Because by far, Aaron Gordon is probably, that's the best dunk, I think, in history. Other than Vince Carter, you got to give Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, by far, those are the 2 best dunk contests. So it looks like everybody in our team is going to be out again. So tomorrow's going to be, I think there was a kid, tomorrow's going to be a Make-A-Wish Foundation game. We wish we win. So it's going to be hopes and dreams. That's what we're looking at. Tomorrow's a Make-A-Wish Foundation, hopes and dreams. So we'll see how we play. Again, McBride is probably going to get heavy minutes. I don't know if they play Bojan and Alec right away because they got to pass physicals or whatnot. I hope they do. It would be a great game for them to play. That
I don't think they come in for another two days.
No, they should be. They just have to pass the physical. I
thought they said it was 3 days. I don't know.
No, I can't. As soon as you get traded, you can get picked up right away, and then you just got to pass the physical, and then they report it to the NBA. So I'm pretty sure that Joe Dolan sent jet, gassed up, had the Escalades ready on the runway, got the little temporary apartments for you guys. Here's a condo I got in a skyscraper. You guys here get settled in, get some food, get your physical in the morning. You guys are playing come Saturday. I would love to see them play. This would be a good game for them to get in, where you don't have Brunson, you don't have OG, you don't have nobody else, just to see, let them go off and get acclimatized with basically the bench players. They're going to be in the bench. So you might as well get used to playing with Josh, might as well get used to playing with Deuce. This will be the bench players basically playing as starters. So it would be a good game for them to come in. What are some of you guys' thoughts in the chat? Do you think Bojan or AKA Bogey gets in, or Alec? So you guys think they come in? You think they play tomorrow?
I don't think they're gonna play tomorrow. I mean, if they do it, it's definitely a good thing because Alec Burks already knows. These guys, they're plug and play players. Yeah, I mean, you're not talking about like some 25, 26, 27-year-old. These guys are, veterans. And there's nothing that Bogey hasn't seen in his years in the NBA when it comes to offense and defense. So, I think they'll be just like when we first got OG and Precious, you know what I mean? They're just going to react off the instinct until they can learn, the plays. I know Alex already knows. I know Burks already knows what's going down. So you should be giving the rundown to Bogey.
And tomorrow, all right, I'm going to throw it out here. I got a 97% chance they play. This is just me talking. You know why? Do you know why? Because they playing at the Garden tomorrow. It's a home game at the Garden. Alec Burke loves the Garden. Mr. Fourth Quarter said, you don't think they just played in Detroit for a whole half season, getting booed. They went on the longest losing streak in the history of the NBA. You don't think they want to turn and hear that out? And then you're going to get heavy minutes in the Garden as primarily a starter to just go off and do what you do to get nothing but cheers. Yo, I think it's a perfect scenario for them boys to play in. Let Jalen Brunson rest. You're going to get to see Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if Tibbs starts Alec Burke. If Jalen Brunson doesn't play, good old Tibbs, go put Alec Burks as the starting point guard. I would not be surprised, I promise you. I wouldn't be surprised. Starting point guard, Alec Burke.
Nah, he definitely not doing that. He loves his veteran players, but there's no way he's gonna subtract speed, chemistry, and camaraderie. Over camaraderie over. You know what I mean?
Hey, Machete, your thoughts? Do you think Bojan and Alec play tomorrow in a home game at the Garden?
Yeah.
And what do you think their camaraderie is?
The camaraderie?
I like your word, Brett.
I mean, they played together in Detroit. You know, one's offense. We've got one for offense and one for defense. We got them both for their offense. A little bit of defense. I mean, but the thing is that they do have that camaraderie between each other, I think, because they played, a year and a half together, almost 2 years, I believe. It's been 2 seasons.
Right? I think 1 season for sure. For sure 1 season. I don't think it was 2 because I think they just got both.
I think we traded Alec Burke like 2 seasons ago. He wasn't on the team last year or this year.
Yeah, but Bojan and Alec didn't play together 2 seasons. Alec's been They played about 1 season together. Half of last year and half of this year, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they'll be all right. I mean, it's what we got right now. Unless they come in with JB, and unless, I just don't see us playing. I don't think we should be playing our starters right now. I think just fucking let them rest the rest of the way.
Bro, our starters are in ICU right now, nigga. They're on life support. They got ventilators out.
Well, it's good that they're not coming back. I feel that, they shouldn't come back till after the All-Star break. Let them fucking rest. Let them practice together, because that just means more rest, more practice, and we're going to need them to gel after the All-Star break, And so are they going to play Saturday? Yeah, we're going to fucking need them Saturday. We played our JV team yesterday against Denver. So we'll see what we do, how we do, with Alec Burke running the point for the secondary or whatever they're gonna have him on the bench squad or the fucking starter squad. I don't know, but we'll see what combo that Bibbs uses. Bibbs and his coaching crew uses, and I have high hopes for us. I mean, but the Pacers are gonna come and they're gonna want to punch us back in the mouth, because we smacked them last time. And it was a good game because they were beating us, I believe, and then we came back and just smacked them.
And Halliburton was playing restricted minutes on there, and I think my brother was saying that he doesn't think that he's going to start Alec Burks. And I agree. I was joking, and I agree with you, New Knicks. I don't think he starts Alec, even though he loves him on there. And on top of that, you can't put old man Burks to guard Halliburton. That's not happening. You need all the deuce. You need heavy young legs. You need someone that can run with Halliburton. And
Dante is going to be snatching purses out there like usual.
Yeah, but he's not going to be a starting point guard, though. It's going to be Deuce. Deuce is starting point guard.
No, I know.
That's what I mean. I was talking about for point because Alec Burke, I'm saying that's what Tibbs used to do. He used to put Alec as the point guard instead of starting IQ at that time because he was young. But now it's a different story. Deuce has been in the system 3 years with Thibodeau. He's been playing with Brunson. He knows everything. He's been coming in. He's been stepping in. So I can't see Burke outshining Deuce for that starting spot. So I think Deuce definitely starts. He's a way better defender than Alec Burke. Alec Burke will get cooked by Halliburton. So for sure, defense. They're not.
Yeah, I mean, but isn't that what happened last time when we had Alec Burke? Part of the reason. Well, then again, he was still kind of a second-year rookie when Alec Burke was our point guard. And he Bibbs loves him some Alec Burke. You know what I mean? He's a shooter. He plays decent. He's the guy's a shooter, man. And he plays a little bit of, I can't remember if he played a little good defense or not. He played decent.
No,
he was more experienced.
He plays defense a lot better than Fournier. I mean, he's not McBride with the youth legs and activity, but Alex Burke and And Bogey was brought in to help us in our playoff run, fourth quarter, coming off the bench. Yeah, I mean that's when you need that experience, you know. And depending on the situation, you know, if you got young legs running out there, you know, Tibbs is gonna run with the youth, you know, in the secondary unit, or if you got veterans like LeBron and AD and all these old, old running in sand kind of guys, he might have AD out there. AB and Bogey out there. You know, Tim's got a lot of toys to play with. He's definitely got. The NBA is just like we should start writing the eulogy, because we have too many weapons from every angle. There's nothing that is not great about the Knicks.
And don't get it twisted. Like, these dudes got brought in because we needed buckets from the bench, reliable scoring. So we gave.
That's what I said. That's what I said. The previous episode. We need offensive artillery. That's what we need, bro. Defense. Our squad is a defensive juggernaut. Rotations, all of that. Yeah, we needed. JB needed some help. Julius Randle needed help for when they get on the bench. We could add, not, just barely hold the fort down, or not being in an offensive position to not be able to help out our guys.
And Dante too. We can't burn out Dante. Dante also needs help. He be getting 27 points every game. At some point, they're going to figure it out. At some point, they're going to trap or shoot on him. You got these two players who Bojan is great off screen. So he's someone who knows how to cut. Very experienced off screen. He's 41% for three. So he's a 41% shooter from three-pointer. He's a great passer. So he's someone that knows how to pass very well, so he can get other players in. He's not a selfish player. Like, when you threw Fournier in there, you knew the minute Fournier touched the ball, he was launching that. There's no if and buts about it. He was in a cut, shoot, son. He was like, I'm shooting this. Bojan can play, very unselfish, facilitator. His one leg off the dirt game is crazy. 1v1, he's good ISO. These two players are very good ISO. So just like Jalen Brunson, just like Randall, when you come to the bench, when it's 1v1, I'm telling you, he was lighting up Clarkson. He lit up Clarkson. They played Utah. He was killing them.
Well, they do create their own shots. They're not stagnant players that are just gonna stand around at the 3-point line or just look at what's going on. These are veterans.
And even with that, they could. They're good at that too. They're good at stand and shoot. They need them to stand there and catch and shoot threes. They're good at that too.
Yeah, but they can also create and go get a bucket when needed. Yeah, and that's what our second string needed. And also with the roommate show, shout outs to Jalen Brunson, Jay Hart, and Matt. Yeah, a great show. And you get I was a little bit against it, if that's their way of, because the way we do this is kind of therapeutic. Yeah, some of these outlets are kind of like therapy for us. Yeah, I know this podcast is therapeutic for me. When I make music, it's therapeutic. So maybe they see it as a release, and which is great. You get some insight. So you had Josh Hart. You had Josh Hart saying that he would love to have stood with Rondo as a veteran, because I think bringing in Alec Burke, is almost like bringing in D Rose, who knows Tibbs like that. Yeah, Alec Burke doesn't know him as well, but they could guide the youth. Yeah, and gain that little bit of experience, because these especially Deuce. Speaking specifically to Deuce, he's like a dry sponge, just absorbing any and everything he sees, hears, listens, watches. Yeah, so this is definitely a good move. Yeah, picking up somebody that's already knows the system and that could be a veteran leader like Alec Burks. And also Bogey as well. He could, probably show a few tricks to OG, probably show a few tricks to Precious. Be like, I seen Pat Beverly, in the middle of a real game, live game, showing some of the rookies, hey, you're playing like this. This is how you're supposed to play. That's what you need great veterans for.
And to your point, which is a great point too. I mean, you're talking about Deuce. Deuce has Jalen Brunson in super prime, entering his prime, first All-Star ballot, first possible All-NBA. Looking at this dude's footwork, he's got to be playing against Jalen in practice. Jalen's got to be pulling out the spoon and the apron and cooking them. And he's figuring, all right, your foot here, you're planting here, you start, all right, the pop, you did that little fake. You see it even in some of the games when he did that little step back between the leg, step back and hit the three. He's looking at somebody. He's looking. I mean, some of the moves he did in game, the step, which what did Deuce struggle in? The first step. You haven't seen that in the last couple of games. In the last couple of games, you see he's positioning himself. You see he's making the run without hesitating. He's learning from Dante, who Dante learned from Stephen Curry. So you're learning from Jalen, baby Steph. You're looking to move. Yo, he is going to be incredible for us in the future.
Bro, go ahead.
That was pretty much my point for that. He's learning, as you were saying. He's going to see Alec Burke. He's going to learn Alec Burks with a pullback shot. What does he do off of it? How does he practice his set shot there? Because even RJ used to be like, yo, Alec is the man. He was learning from him. And he learned a little bit from IQ. I mean, yo, Deuce is going to be crazy in the future.
Yeah, I mean, learning from, you got to understand with veterans, they're going to teach you more of a mental aspect. You know what I mean? Like probably the IQ of the game, and we're learning off JB and Dante, like you said, he did learn from Curry, so you got some good shit going on, man. Definitely. Yo, Mig.
Yeah, I mean, if anything I've gotten out of this is that Coach Sid is a good judge of players, man. He hasn't been wrong about them being good players or bad players, man. They're just not, if they're not living up to if he doesn't see it in them, don't fucking play them, dude. Even a guy like Fournier who can shoot the three, he's just not, he's good on that side, but on the other side of the ball, he sucked, dude. He wasn't even trying. Like, he just didn't have the legs. And Tibbs was right. They haven't been wrong so far. We've gotten a little bit progressively better. The only thing was the OG thing. We got a guy who, he's not 100% healthy all the time all year long, but he's a great defender. I mean, when he's on, but I think that's about the only flaw is that we got like an injury-prone type player, even though he's a great defensive player. But Fitz hasn't been wrong when it comes to beating players, man. And they're giving him what he wants. Because if he's the guys out there, he knows. He's got connections. He talks to coaches. We got a guy who's like a 35-year vet already as an NBA assistant and head coach. So he knows what he's talking about. He's talked to the best. He's best friends with the best coaches out there. Doc. He won with Doc. People forget. The Boston Celtics won because of Tom Thibodeau's defense. They played hard. They had great players, but those guys played defense because it was all about their fucking D. Because if I remember well, Paul Pierce was their offense, but they had Garnett, they had Ray Allen, but those guys played good defense. That was a great defensive squad because of Bibbs.
Yeah, they had Tony Allen too. They had Tony Allen. They had Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, but sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, but those kind of players were they played both sides of the ball. They played majority of the D with making that into their offense. A big majority of the Celtics players, like defense wins championships. You know what I mean? And
But like I said, I don't think Doc would have won a ring, and he hasn't since, without Coach Tom Thibodeau. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's a good point. No, I agree with you with that. So we and I was saying before that. So besides that, you got Bojan 41% from 3-pointers. Then you bring in Alec Burke, who guess what is also a 41% 3-point shooter and can score off the dribble. So these players are going to alleviate pressure not only from Dante, also these are plug-in players. So if someone's down or they're trying to trap us or they're trying to double Jalen Brunson, they're trying to double Julius Randle, take the other players out, and you got Alec Burke, you got Dante, you got Bojan, and then you got Randle. And who are you guarding at that point? Somebody's hitting threes. Like now you can actually say that if these players are out, we're going to be hitting our threes. Not like Grimes are like, no, yes. You know what I mean? Like you can count these buckets. When they're in the game, you're going to be able to be confident to like how people now. Now people are like, if Dante's letting the ball go, there's a good 90% chance he's hitting that. You know what I mean? So great confidence for the team. What do you say, New Knicks? You're on mute. You're on mute.
I was thinking on the topic of player injury, right? Now, when Machete said that we have an injury-prone OG Anunoby, and I mean, injuries when you're playing a physical game, injuries are going to be imminent, especially when you look around the league and the majority of the league is not. Those teams are not built like the Golden State Warriors were. You know what I'm saying? Like the new Knicks are. Yeah, I mean, we're built more of a team where you're not just talking about when you talk about Randall, he's unstoppable by himself. When you talk about JB, he's unstoppable. You know what I mean? But it's every single player. So when you talk about OG and him being injured, at the time when he was injured, he was in Toronto. In Toronto, it was basically him and the center that just left. I forgot the center's name, but yeah, I mean, it's always two people holding down a whole team. OG's not going to have that problem here because he's never had a player like Randall. He's never had a player like Jalen Brunson. These are top 5 NBA players in their position. You know what I mean? So injuries, I think, come from the fact of a player trying to take on the whole load by themselves. You know what I mean? So I don't think we should have too many things to be concerned about when you have a full force team. And especially with what we've been witnessing lately, you know, how the second strings are stepping up, even the third stringers are playing starters. So our starters are seeing this. And they're also witnessing what we're witnessing. You know what I mean? So now they're like, shit, all right, so now the load isn't completely on me. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that'll definitely alleviate, because when you talk about OG, him, Dante, is too many weapons and poisons to eliminate any team we play. So, like, we witness.
Go ahead, Machete.
No. Go ahead. I'm walking my dog.
No, I'm just saying we're witnessing the way Leon Rose is getting help for every single position that's being filled is actually a weapon and a threat. You know what I mean? That's especially needed when you're facing high caliber teams, especially in the West. You know what I mean? Because the West does have a majority of the talent, you know what I mean? And the East is always, you know what I mean, always on beast mode. So we're back at it. Yeah, I mean, and like Jalen Brunson said, we got fighters, bro. We're too deep. We got fighters. There's nobody that I could see taking us out.
And think about this, and to your point, Nick, you're talking about it. So you're talking about injuries. Machete brought up injuries as well. You got OG. So we have the smartest medical staff, according as they were saying. So you got OG who had a loose bone that was causing his irritation. And then you just planning like, yo, we'll get it out early now, right? This is a perfect timing where you can rest. It's going to take 2-3 weeks. We can do it now. They're already thinking ahead of the game. Let these guys rest. We're already way ahead of how we are as far as the game-wise, ahead of the game. So we're many games over 500. So you get these guys rest. Now, Julius Randle's injury, thank God it doesn't seem that it's that crazy where it's anything torn or repaired. It's just something dislocated. You let it heal. Let him get comfortable back at it. You got Mitchell Robinson coming back. And you're going to bring Mitchell Robinson back slowly. Think about it. You're going to bring him back slowly and Mitchell Robinson off the bench. Off the bench. You have Deuce and Mitch off the bench. Yeah, it's crazy. It's going to be bananas. And think about it. So everybody's going to come back. We're going to be healthy. And everybody in the West, the teams that are in the West, the ones that are number 1 and number 2 are young teams. You're talking about Minnesota. You're talking about who's the other team? OKC. If these teams maintain 1 and 2 and beat in the West, they've got great talent, but they're inexperienced. So to face a team like us, one of the top defensive teams, and we've already beaten those 2 top teams. We've beaten Denver. That's gives us a lot more confidence than what we're doing now. So the teams out West, we've beaten them. Even shorthanded for the most part. When we had Denver or close games, we've beaten these teams. So we're definitely our confidence is up, and then we are definitely deeper. So I'm loving what we got. We beat Minnesota. Oh, actually, we're 1-1, but there's close games that we have. So the teams that are up at the top of the West aren't these LeBron teams. There aren't, except for the Clippers. Clippers are rolling though. But to injuries, as you were saying, Machete, I mean, it happens to all the teams, and nobody's more plagued on injuries than the Clippers. So we hope if something happens for them, it's later in the year. I think we're going to be at our highest peak, and we are shooting for second place. We get second place, we should be good.
Yo, check this out. So I'm looking at the injury report for tomorrow. Check this out, man. Okay, we know OG is out. No, out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's out for sure.
Brajan is game time determination. You got Jalen Brunson, GTD. You got Alec Burks, GTD. You got Isaiah Hartenstein, GTD. Yeah. Julius Randle, GTD.
No, he's out. He's out.
Yo, no. Mitch Robinson out. Oh, no, he's out. Yeah, Julius Randle out. Mitch Rob out. Jericho Sims, GTD. And Dwayne Washington Jr., GTD. That's 7 players.
That's why I said we're playing our 7 players we had last night. That's why I'm saying it's got to be Bojan and Alec playing tomorrow. Tomorrow is a perfect game for them to play. Whether we're shorthanded, because if Jalen Brunson doesn't play, which he should not, Jalen, sit down. Go sit down somewhere. Jalen Brunson needs to stay home, or at least go to the game with your sweats on. Come with the podcast mic. Just come with the mic on the sideline. Just do the podcast right down the sideline. Whatever. All I'm saying, don't play. So he needs to stay and not play. I think iHeart should not play. I think iHeart should sit your ass down. We love you, brother. We need you healthy. We need that Achilles healthy for the playoffs. Let Jericho Sim get 50 minutes. Let Precious get his 40 minutes. Let them play. Tomorrow's a perfect game for Alec Burke and Bojan to play. Perfect. Because it's going to be basically the bench players playing. And that's where they can play in the bench unit. It gives them time to get chemistry together. You're going to have Duke starting. You're going to have more than likely Dante. You're going to have, Josh Hart. You know what I'm saying? So maybe rest Dante and let Alec Burke play. Let it be Deuce, Alec Burke. Let it be Bojan, Josh Hart, and Precious. Let them be the starting lineup, and that'll be a great lineup for them to start and get into rhythm. They're all young. Not all, but that'll be basically our bench players. Have them start. Let them find some chemistry and build chemistry early. I think that'll be a great look tomorrow if they get a play. And I think they will be. But that they need to play tomorrow. I think it's a great game.
Yeah, as far as
go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. You know, everybody wants me to watch the ops, but yeah, as far as the injury report for the Pacers, is going to be Doug McDermott out, game time determination, Jalen Smith, GTD. So it looks like they're going to be playing full house. Both of these guys are GTDs, Doug and Jalen. Last time we played them, we beat them by 4 points. And the time before that, they beat us 140 to 126.
And the last game that we beat them, Halliburton was on minute restriction. I don't think he's going to be on minute restriction now. I think he got a little, get a little swaggy, get a little confident. So I think this will be a redemption song. And they need, it's going to be a tough game for us, but they need this win. They need to have a win against us for standings later on. So unfortunately for us, it's going to suck because if they come full force, they're going to be running and gunning. Definitely experience on there.
Why you guys writing eulogies for tomorrow's game? I got a dub. I got a win.
As long as Alex and Bojan play, I got a dub too.
Even if they don't play, they got to redeem themselves for that Dallas game. They know, they watched film. They seen where they could have did a little bit better in the beginning quarters. You know what I mean? And I think that little hesitant move from...
I got breaking news. Hold on. The Knicks ended up picking up Tiny Tim from A Christmas Carol. That's who we're going to be. We got Tiny Tim. That's who else. That's how.
Who's this guy's writer, man?
Yeah. Listen, my guy. We're going to play, and we're going to win. Plain and simple.
So like I said, our next game after that, after Saturday, Monday, we play the Rockets. Then Wednesday, we play in Orlando Wednesday, Dwight. Well,
I'd love to go to
Wednesday, they're in Orlando, the Magic City. And that was Wednesday. I think that game.
And I said after that.
Yeah, my phone froze up for some reason.
After the All-Star. That's the weekend of the All-Star. So that gives OG Anunoby time to rest. I mean, he removed the bone that was irritating his elbow. He's going to come back straight. He need to put on that Carmelo, armband with the little pad at the bottom. That's it. He'll be good to go. And we rolling. I think we're doing good. I think, all right, so predictions, new Knicks. Let me just go with you because I already know what you got us. Undefeated against the Indiana Pacers. What you got?
I got us with an unfuckwittable. You know what I mean? And I don't know. We should win. Like if guys watch Dolphins. No. We're gonna get the dub. I mean, shit, we're underhanded. We're like 12 players down. The Tibbs is playing. You know what I mean? What can we do? I mean, the guys saw a film session from the loss against Dallas. They're gonna do better. They're gonna be better and start off a lot stronger than we did, so we don't have that little snowball effect of catching up. Because we do fight in the fourth, but if we put our foot on their necks from jump, I don't see why it should be a problem. Especially if did you say if Wonder Bread was playing or not?
Game time decision.
All right.
He shouldn't play though.
Yeah, he's another one. I think that should just rest.
I mean, I think Sims should play. Yeah, I mean, he was sick, so Sims should start. Yeah, I mean,
48 minutes for Sims.
Yeah, he has time to make up.
You're precious. 48 minutes each. You guys don't get off the court. You guys and Deuce, you stay on the floor, and then you got the mopping duty. For sure. Machete, some of your thoughts on the game. I'm not saying what the predictions, just what are your thoughts on that game?
We're going to fucking take an L, bro. Unless if we got 7 players out. If, according to the injury report, game time, GTDs are out, we got 7 players or they're not predicting to be on the floor. If it's going to be that way, and we're playing a somewhat fully healthy Pacers team with Halliburton, let's be realistic. Okay? Now, unless they play and they take out Halliburton the last few minutes, I'll give us a chance. But we're down 7 players. I personally feel everybody should just fucking rest for the next 2 weeks. I don't give a fuck if we lose the next 3 games, bro. Fuck it. Just come, because when we come back, we're going to be with plenty of practice under our belt and fully healthy, which is more important than these fucking next 2 or 3 wins. I don't give a fuck. Cases. I don't give a fuck if we're playing the Cavs. Maybe the Cavs, because we're contending with the Cavs, but the Cavs are going to be playing the 76ers on Monday, I believe. So, we'll see what happens. They might beat the 76ers and still be on, what are they, second place, I believe? As far as the standings are concerned, right now in the standings, it's Boston, Cleveland, Milwaukee, New York. I don't see how, I just don't understand how Milwaukee's still ahead of us. 33-19. They've lost 3 in a row. We've lost 1 in a row. Cleveland has won 8 in a row. And Cleveland's on a fucking run, man. Right now we got to catch up to the Spider. He's got that whole crew playing. Now, the flip side of what I was going to say is that Boston's on a 2-win streak. The flip side I was going to say is that we got the fans at MSG behind us now, man. After last night's game, we got an excited MSG crowd, and that's good. That's great. That is motivating. They're behind us. They're the 7th man. You know what I mean? It's the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th fucking man behind us. We need MSG loud and roaring, because when it's like that, it psychs the bench up. It psychs the whole team up. So I still got us with an L, because I'm just trying to be realistic according to our injury report.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm gonna go with what Dante said after the win. It's better to learn from a win than learn from a loss. So I think they learned from that loss, and they need to redeem themselves for that Dallas game. I think Dallas is a better team than Indiana. Yeah, I mean, so I think they'll do better.
Just before I say my thoughts on that, I'll address. Let me say and I'll read Keith's question afterward, because that's gonna get us on a whole other thing on topic on there. But Indiana got rid of Buddy Hield, so they got rid of Buddy Hield. He's gone, so they're gonna be making their adjustments on how their rotation is gonna be. So whether they're playing Obi Toppin, I'm not sure how they're gonna be doing. They still got T.J. McConnell. They got other players out there. They still got Pascal Siakam, so. They got it. They're almost on an all-in for the young players. I'm gonna look to see if they got Halliburton, Toppin, Nembhard, Jason Smith, Josh Smith, or Shepard. They got a couple of talents, man. I think they're gonna go all out. I think they're gonna run and gun. If we got Alec Burks and Bojan, I think we're gonna surprise them. We're gonna shock them, and I'm gonna get us a W by close to 8 points on there. Going to be very challenging, but if we got those 2 players, it's going to be very exciting to see that rotation of our future, because that's going to be essentially our bench. The fact that we gave Dallas a run for their money, and they got, I think, a better team, a more experienced team than Indiana, I got us putting a lot of pressure. I got us tight like a vice grip against that. I think Halliburton's coming off his minute restriction, came off an injury. I think Deuce is going to give him a lot of problems. He was battling Jalen Brunson. That's one thing, because Brunson's trying to give 30. But the fact that you're going up against Deuce, who's going to play you 93 feet every game, every minute for 42 minutes, 43 minutes, whatever he gets, is going to be challenging for him. I think Precious Achiuwa is going to give Pascal Siakam issues, because remember last time, Pascal Achiuwa knows Pascal Siakam. He knows him. They played together. He knows where the spots are. He gave him trouble the last time we played. I like what Precious is going to bring against Precious Achiuwa. Neesmith is going to be going up against Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to give Neesmith some trouble. Neesmith got in foul trouble last time trying to guard Brunson. He fouled out of the game. So it's going to be a good game back and forth. Miles Turner is going to have a lot of trouble if we're playing Sims. Sims is a bigger guy, gives him a lot of trouble. I like our chances in this game, believe it or not. I like our chances in this game, especially if Bojan plays, especially if Alec Burks plays. I got us. If they play, I got us by 6. I got us by 6 in a tough fought game, maybe even an overtime type of game, maybe even an OT type of game, if they play. Other than that, it's going to be good. We need the experience. I think we got that. And then we go right into the All-Star. Jalen Brunson's a must-rest. iHeart is a must-rest. You can't. Achilles is nothing to play with. If it was a foot, maybe a sprained ankle, okay, but this is an Achilles ankle sprain, and I'm pretty sure it's not as bad, but I think he would be good to rest also to after the All-Star break. And before I go to Keith Watkins' question, which, hey, I'm surprised by Keith, but hey, you know what, Knicks fans, we always have that question. I'll do it for you, Keith, because all love anyway. So Keith Watkins asks, any final thoughts on the Indiana game before I bring the monkey wrench to the cherry bomb into here? I don't know what you said, Machete. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Like I said, like Phil was saying, I think that he was saying Dallas is a little bit better than Indiana. So if just for shits and giggles within the division, we're second behind Boston. We're 6.5 games behind Boston. Philly's behind us. So number 1 is Boston. Number 2 is Knicks. Number 3 is Philly. Number 4 is Brooklyn. Number 5 is Toronto. That's within our division. If we talk within our conference, we are number 1 is Boston. Number 2 is Cleveland within the division. Number 3 is Milwaukee. Number 4 is the Knicks. Number 5 is Philly. Number 6 is Indiana. After that, it doesn't matter. And if you talk about within the league, Boston's number 1 on a 2-win game streak. Minnesota's number 2. Denver's number 3 with a 3-game win streak. OKC's 4. Cleveland is 5. Clippers are both Cleveland and the Clippers are tied for 5th. Cleveland's on an 8-win streak. Clippers on a 1 loss, so that's probably they have Cleveland a little bit above the Clippers because their records are almost identical. They're 34-16 with a 680 percentage, and they're 4.5. Both of them are 4.5 games behind in their division or whatever in their league or in the conference rather. Number 7 is Milwaukee. And, actually, we're tied with Milwaukee on for 7th in the league. So the Knicks are tied with Milwaukee, 7th in the league. At 33-19, 6.35%, and 6.5 games back. And then behind us is Philly, 9, and then Phoenix at 10.
Yo, real quick. So great breakdown. Appreciate you, Machete, looking at the Watch the Ops mini segment here that you broke down everybody in the league. The teams that are supposed to be winning this, the Phoenix Suns are in 10th overall. Anyway, that's crazy. Forget them teams. Good breakdown analysis. Remember, Cleveland's ahead of us, but they had to win 8 games to just be barely ahead of us. They had to win 8 games to barely be ahead of us, and they should have. They're all healthy. They're clicking on all cylinders, and they're playing a bunch of busters. So that's good for them. OKC's losing. Now forget them. We'll get back. Good job. I appreciate you said it. That was a great take, great points, great showing the league, great comparison showing where the Knicks actually stand, even with all these injuries, even with these trades, even with new players, that we're still up and running with everybody. Great point. Great take there. I appreciate that. Good job. All right.
Like you said, despite our injuries, thank you.
Yeah, despite our injuries. So even with that.
Despite our 7 players down.
Yes.
7.
They're in ICU.
Squad. That's a whole squad, dude.
And all starters, by the way. All starters.
Mostly starters, yep.
Mostly starters. Now, Keith, because you are faithful to the Organic Fanatic, because you're always in the chats, because you are always giving vibes, because you're always giving shout-outs, you're always putting comments. Love this guy. All love for Keith Watkins and the fam in ATL. Salute, ATL. Full brim salute for you, sir. I'm going to ask the question because the question that you asked is, I'm more than sure, half the Knicks fan base, they're asking in the back of their head because they can't have a good thing. Your girl brought you food. She gave you a kiss. She rubbed your back.
Not a question.
Hold on. Your girl gave you a rub on the back. She gave you a massage. She made you a nice meal. She got you something to drink. She's giving you something that you can't take the night. You can't take something good. You got to say, why is she being so nice? Something's up. She done this, and just you can't take the niceness there. You got something's up. So Keith asked, yo, I just had a thought. The team is custom built for Thibs. If he doesn't win, how long before he's on the hot seat? God damn, dog. But he just got the Porsche. He ain't even get the keys yet. It's still being washed. He ain't even taken on his first drive.
It sounds like Keith Watkins is disguised as Two Shots is disguised as Keith Watkins.
Yeah, it's Johnny Harris. I think he hacked Keith Watkins' chat. Johnny Harris has hacked Keith Watkins' chat.
Tim, do you think Leon Rose and the whole organization would handcrafted this team, especially for Thibs? Thibs is all right. When you think of culture is a tree, right? A tree has roots. So the roots is definitely Thibs. Thibs comes from New York.
And if you don't know the new Knicks smokes trees, and he's also an arborist. So he teaches.
So I'm just saying, Thibs is the root of the tree, the root of the culture. He reestablished the face of New York City to what we were. We are the toughest team to face. Everybody's getting bruised and battered when they face us. So
listen, a lot of these young kids don't remember. Like you said, they were born in the 2000s, 97. If you were born 97, 98, 99, you don't remember Thibs was an assistant coach for Jeff Van Gundy when we went to the finals. That was the year that the O.J. Simpson shit happened. And they had the split screen. Remember? We went to the finals and they fucking split the screen while they were chasing O.J. down the highway. You remember that shit? How fucking dare they fucking have my Knicks in the finals and you're fucking showing that bullshit? All right? That was that year. Thibs was an assistant coach to fucking Jeff Van Gundy. Okay? We were playing defense because of Thibs. Because he was the assistant defensive coach. Don't forget. He wasn't refined. He wasn't perfect yet. He was just a rookie assistant coach. Okay? He played for like 4 years. Because I believe it was from 99, 2000, 2001, 2003. He was in there. So he's got history with us. Okay? He took us to the finals. After that, the father Dolan gave it to the son Dolan. And it was just a shit show after that. It's all good, but y'all gotta remember that. Okay, he has history. He went, coached elsewhere, won a chip with Boston. Don't forget, he's got a chip, and I don't believe Boston would have won without Thibs defense. So what he did in Boston, all his experimenting in Chicago, in Minnesota, and now finally he's back home with us. All right,
Hey,
he's bringing that '99 season back.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Listen. My bad. Before I forget.
Go for it.
Listen. If Thibs was out in the coaching field, not with us, what would you rather have? Would you rather have Doc Rivers, or a lot of people are saying, fire T-Dub, right? Like it's that simple. Look at the coach, Doc Rivers. It's not that easy to come in. He has two superstars, and they're starting to lose. Doc Rivers is the type of a coach that should have he's not built with a young team. He's built with established players. He has two very established top 5 players, and things aren't going good for Milwaukee. So,
they don't have. It's like you said. Doc Rivers has good players, and he just didn't do anything. At the Clippers, you had Chris Paul, you have DeAndre Jordan, You had fucking this guy who was dunking. I forget his name. Redbone. I forget his name. You know what I'm talking about?
All at their prime, and nothing was done after
Nothing. Then you go to Philly with Embiid. It's like somebody was saying on one of the other shows. You know, you had all these great teams, and you just really, unless you have great players and a great coaching staff, he ain't going nowhere, man. So that guy right there, I ain't worried too much about Milwaukee right now. We're neck and neck with them, so it is what it is. But the other thing I wanted to say about Thibs coaching in '99, he also had a rookie Rick Brunson back then. JB wasn't even born, I believe, but I think he was a rookie. I remember when he came in as a rookie, and he took John Stark's place. Was it, if I'm not mistaken?
Us as fans, we can. I don't know if the majority.
I'm trying to connect the history with.
All right, I'm gonna take it there for you because I think. No, I think I'm gonna take it there for you because a lot of the majority of our fan base, I think, have visual problems. They might have glaucoma or something. Smoke some trees. It's definitely good for the visual. It's good for the pineal gland. It's the third eye. You feel what I'm saying? So if you don't see what Leon Rose is doing and the New York Knicks and why James Dolan has fallen back, because when you approach James Dolan, you have to hit him with a from A to double Z plan, what the whole situation is. And Leon Rose presented that. And he stood to his word. You know what I mean? He said, I'm gonna bring family culture, what New York's built around. You know what I mean? He's like Jalen Brunson, Tibbs, Rick Brunson, the Nova Boys. Like, you see what was formulating. It's a family, brotherhood, culture, and that's the way you get to longevity. That's the way you get to a dynasty. You feel what I'm saying? It's only imminent. It's gonna happen. But for the years that we were shunned from the organization, you know what I mean? The mirror's reflection is gonna come tenfold. Yeah, you know what I mean? We're very, you know what I mean? We're God's people here, and it's best said in the Bible. He that was first shall be last, and he that was last shall be first.
Talk to him, yes, sir.
They told me to preach.
Look at the spirit working, my brother.
So that's what I'm doing here. Jesus. So let the Lord do his work. You feel what I'm saying? Let the Lord do his work. I mean, he saved us from a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? A lot of disastrous shit that would have fucking took us back another 30 years.
I know you've done, so I go to my brother.
Yeah, you know I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I know it's the end of the show and the show never ends, but well, what can I say? You got to see the vision. You got to see what the Knicks are doing. And if it's not, if you can't see what's going on the court, in the locker room, in the staffing agency, and the whole organization, you know what I mean? I mean, you're blind, baby. You're blind to the facts.
Let's talk about that. So even earlier this year, Tibbs was going through struggles that even Dolan gave permission to fire Thibodeau to Leon Rose. He gave Leon Rose the autonomy to do it if he wanted to. But even before that, before we get into deeper, let's go back where we came from. We came from a 17-67 win team. We came from literally nothing, from ashes. You had, just like players that we got rid of, unfortunately, we love them. RJ, salute to RJ Barrett, salute to IQ, salute to Grimes, salute to Obi Toppin. People that they started the change, and I'll give them the props. Our youth started the change into the positiveness of it, and they wanted to play here. RJ wanted to be a Knick. IQ wanted to continue to play as a Knick. Grimes wanted to be a Knick as a player. Obi wanted to be a Knick. and their own coach, Thibodeau, salivated, dreamed about this job, wanted to be no other coach than the coach for the New York Knickerbockers. In those time frames that we went through it, none of that could ever be said. Nobody wanted to play for the Knicks. Knicks were a laughing stock at that time frame. As my brother was talking about earlier, as a LOL, that people used to be, we used to be the LOL Knicks. You had players that wanted to be there, and then you had a coach that wanted to be there. With him and Leon, Leon was Thibodeau's agent. He knows Thibodeau. He knows how he is. He was his agent. They came up with a master plan on what can we do to build. You start with culture. The number one thing was change the culture of New York. Instead of a turnstile, you can get whatever you want. You can get any picks out here. They stopped that from the beginning. They started from the top down. They got rid of people from the organization. They started from the inside out. They got new players, new people. Salute to the draftologist, Brock Allard, all the people that they got all involved. We wouldn't be witnessing or experiencing what we have without Brock Allard, without the contracts that we gave out, with the type of money and negotiations we made out, the type of moves that we made, all started with the front office and then with the coach. We're going to get the players. This is the plan. And they all together. They all came up with a plan together. This is what we want to do. This is how we're going to do it. And Thibodeau's involved in all those discussions. So you got him hand and tied with the front office. So what they're going to do, they all talk about it. He knows what's going in. He tells them the type of players he wants. Front office tries to facilitate that to enable that coach. It's going to be a little long-winded, guys. Sorry, but I'm trying to break it down. And all that. So we got all that, the right players. This time we got the right players. Just so you guys know, Thibodeau has already passed almost all the other coaches that were even before him. So he's already passed 12 coaches prior to him. All right. The only other coach that's in front of him, you're looking at Van Gundy. He's already passed all the coaches on there.
Yeah, to piggyback on what you're saying, didn't Tibbs just win 500 or something like that?
He won 500 total games. 500 total wins in his whole career. But in New York, he's already the second most winningest coach in New York. He's already surpassed Mike Miller, Dave Fisdale, Jeff Hornacek, Kirk Rambis, Derek Fisher, Mike Woodson, Mike D'Antoni, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Brown, Herb Williams, Lenny Wilkins, and Don Chaney. He's already surpassed all of those people. Some are great, some are not great. The only person that's left for him to pass, and he has 124 wins, is Jeff Hornacek. I'm sorry, Jeff Van Gundy.
Van Gundy, yeah.
Jeff Van Gundy has 248 wins, if you want to know the number.
But to be fair, it's only because other than Jeff Van Gundy, all the other coaches only lasted 1 or 2 years, maybe 3. I believe what's his name that came after before you just mentioned him. D'Antoni. Other than D'Antoni, who had maybe 3 years with the Knicks. But I'm looking at the old roster over here.
Isaiah Thomas, Larry Brown. Larry Brown was here forever. Herb Williams was here for a long time. Lenny Wilkins was here for a long time. Don Chaney was here for a long time. And he's already surpassed them. I get the other ones because they were terrible. They sucked. And there's no, it's not saying that there's a huge comparison with that, but he's had 124 wins in his time here, and he's already the second most winningest coach in the New York Knicks history altogether in the entire.
And in a shorter period of time.
Yeah. And you're talking about we're the oldest team in basketball.
But it's like I was saying, you Knicks. To be fair, is because he's been the longest tenured Knicks since Van Gundy. I don't think everybody's lasted as long as him. And Thibs may be a little bit longer than D'Antoni. I think he may be the second, or if it wasn't Isaiah Thomas, the second longest running coach that we had, I believe, since Van Gundy. But again, like
Larry Brown.
I'm sorry. I'm going back to 99, all right? I just was looking at the stats. Thibs was an assistant coach from 98 to 2003. And the whole time he was there, Rick Brunson was with him. All right? So Rick Brunson was on the team with us. Shouts out to Rick Brunson, Jalen Brunson's dad, since 1998 to 2003. And so we're trying to, and that means that Rose, the Don, who was his agent, who got him, has been there since 98 to 2003. So we're bringing back that 1999 Knicks. All right, that mentality, that tough mentality that we had under Jeff Van Gundy. But really, it was defense that held us in there and took us to the finals. So hopefully that's what's going to happen this year with our squad and our experience from before. And that's just a little fucking history lesson for you youngins out there.
And a little history. That's what I was telling you. The history, he's second all time, my guy. All time. From the beginning, from the 1950s, we were the first basketball NBA team. The New York Knicks was us and I think LA were the first two teams in the NBA. So from before that time, it's Tibbs and Van Gundy at the top of the.
So you can say Tibbs is overall the longest tenured Knicks overall, because if he was an assistant coach from 98 to 2003, and he's been our coach for the last 3 years.
No, yes, but we're talking as a head coach only. Stats as a head coach. Yes, a tenure.
But you also got to count that assistant coach.
Yeah, but Mike is just saying generally he's been in the organization longer than anybody.
That's
whether it's assistant, whether he's been around. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he was probably around when Pat Riley was around, you know what I mean? Sticking and moving.
And let me tell you guys, we've been watching the Knicks like that hard as family since 1994. For 30 years, we've been watching these Knicks together as fans. All right? Yeah. And that was just, that's not even including the Ewing years. We're talking about the 90s. All right? You were there, remember? You guys, you remember that time? We played Miami? Phil, you remember that one time because we were living in Miami in 305, and we were the only Knicks fan in the whole fucking city. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, especially in our neighborhood. And we went head to head with Miami because those were the days we used to bang with the Heat, and we lost. You remember we went to South Beach after the loss, and we went and we ran into Tim Hardaway on the pool table. Isn't that crazy? And we tried to congratulate him. He had hard feelings, but he was in South Beach celebrating. We ran into him. I don't remember what we ran into him in South Beach on Collins Ave, man. We just happened to go somewhere, play pool upstairs, and there was Tim fucking Hardaway, man. And I was pissed as hell, but it was just like, wow, man, it was crazy. You remember that shit, Phil?
Yeah, I do. And I have another story when the Knicks played the Heat, the time that PJ Brown flipped I think Charlie Ward or whatever it was. I think I was playing basketball on 71st on the beach. Shout out North Beach City, all my reps out there. Yeah, I mean, so that's the stomping grounds. That's where I used to play ball at. And then I think Channel 7, I think they had some shit called Inside Edition or some shit. I remember they came and because I had my Knicks going on, and I think I was even playing in Tim's. So they came and they asked me some shit. They were not Tim's. They were on my feet, nigga.
They approached us. I remember that because you were like, they approached you because you were the only one.
Yeah, they approached me. And I remember somebody told me, yo, you came out on Inside Edition. You came out. You know what I mean? So
I remember that.
I always been, you know what I mean, blue and orange. To the day I die, you see us voting on.
The only blue and orange out there, and they approached you because you were like, how you going to be the only Knicks fan and a bunch of Heat fans all around you?
Hey, and another story, rest in peace, Kobe and his daughter. Yeah, I mean, I was doing a job for somebody in
California,
in Cali, in Long Beach, and
when he passed.
The day before he passed, I had my own little experience where the house was about to blow. So, and then that shit happened, and then so I went to the memorial. I was the only person in a sea of gold and purple.
Gold.
I was the only nigga in all Knicks. Yo, my Knicks jacket, my Knicks hat, Knicks shirt, blue and orange.
You were paying tribute though, man. That was sad. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Kobe. But you guys, anybody that was out there at that memorial, if they saw one Knicks fan, that was definitely me.
And so now we give you.
Shouts out to Kobe's Black Mamba.
We've been in a Knicks fandom for sure. All that to say, Thibodeau. So they give me the backstory how long we've been Knicks fans, how long Thibodeau's been around. The point of all that was how long Thibodeau's been around since the 90s as an assistant coach and all that. I'm giving you the pointers of how he's been a head coach and the most winning head coach. All that to say, Keith, you're long way. I knew it was going to go crazy. I knew it was going to go long, Keith, but we did it for you, my friend, because you're here. You got stories of when he was there with Kobe.
Cante, we give you Cante, my friend. Cante no.
It's all for you and the Knicks Nation, so you guys know that we bleed it. We've been around as Johnny Harris, so there was like 5 Knicks fans in Miami at the time, and it was just us. We got a lot of grief.
Yeah. Like my cousins say, the point is a little background on ourselves, but we've been Knicks fans at least. I've been a Knicks fan since when we picked up Ewing. When we won that first NBA draft, we got Ewing, #1 pick, with the frozen envelope, whatever you want to call it. But we've been Coach fans at least since '98. At least since '98. Because he was a Knickerbocker coach, and we're diehard Knickerbockers.
And yes, we are. And we make the longest outros. This is the longest answer to a question in the history of podcasts. We give you history. But yes, we are Knicks fans. What they said is accurate. All that to say, Tibbs is not going to be on the hot seat. You got to give him at least a year with this squad to say with the people he has right now. And even then, we're still got
another year.
And we still got the star to get. So next year, we still got 11 first rounders. So you're not looking at Tibbs for at least 2 years. When you have a complete team with Tibbs, like what we have now, and whoever's a superstar or whoever else is that final piece that we get, a year to 2 years, maybe 3 with that team. So all that to say, you got at least 5 years with Tibbs. Tibbs is not going anywhere. They built this team.
And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know for certain, but I'm gonna tell you who's another diehard. I'm gonna tell you who's another diehard Knicks fan, and we better get him, the Spider-Man.
Okay,
bro. Listen, that's why you gotta end this, because listen, if we get Bridges and Spider, it's a dynasty.
Guys, come on, 2 hours. We're Sunday. We can bring this up Sunday, guys.
All right. I'm pretty sure. Look, Mikey fell asleep. That nigga ain't even entertained no more. He booked it on us.
Mikey
booked it on us. Yeah.
It's gonna be a 24-hour telethon because M. Angelo's sleeping. He's just gonna leave it running. And look, he's in the chat now. We woke him up. These guys will keep it forever. We'll talk the rest Sunday. We already get
peace and love.
Hey, my outro. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my brother for quarterbacking the show, doing a great job. My cousin Machete, Mike the specialist on the boards, on the 1s and 2s. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Knicks, and let's go, DR. I'm going to the game tonight. DR playing for the championship, you heard? You're going to see me there. Representando, que lo mío,
Que loco.
You win the championship today. And Machete, what's your outro? Final thought.
No, peace and love. Peace. Okay. See you guys on Sunday, man.
Again, record label, world's longest outro. You see Emmanuel in the chat saying you feel his pain. All that to say today is we're going for number 3. Where we at? Number 3. We got 2. We're going for the 3rd one. Great pickup by Leon Rose. Phenomenal job. Catch us Sunday at 5 p.m. where they'll still be telling the extended stories of what happened. We got all that stuff. We got all that for Sunday. 2 Shots should be back in the building. Great pickup by Leon Rose. Before we get this game Saturday, we're out of here. You heard? You're out of here, man.
Forbes Fields in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks.
I appreciate you, my nigga. Hey, great show.
Yo, man, love, guys. Man, love.
My guy.
Great show, organic podcast.
Yeah, crazy.
Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten, and the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. New York City, New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, boy, we are not stopping. Aiming at that chick with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange. And everybody starving, hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers all going in. We back. Oh yeah, we back. New York City.